While appearing before Parliament recently, the Inspector General of Government told legislators that his office had overwhelming evidence to pin down former Vice President Professor Gilbert Bukenya on the abuse of office charges. He also added that this was a move to fight graft in high government offices. Indeed, weeks later, Professor Bukenya was charged and remanded to Luzira prison, where he stayed for over a week. But just as the case was to take off, there arose a fresh twist. The IGG now has opted to drop the serious abuse of office charges, ostensibly because Bukenya was also faced with another civil suit along the same lines, and that the state was keen to see how the other case unfolds first. The move has been met with mixed reactions.
His act of withdrawing charges against Professor Bukenya is like an engine knock, because he had told us as Ugandans that he is full with evidence to prosecute the former vice president. Now the question is, where is this evidence?
What would have been very justifiable for the IGG was to continue prosecution of Bukenya, but in the course of it, to make loose submissions so that either technically or on facts, the case could be won by Bukenya. That would be more justifiable than merely withdrawing all the charges.
People now doubt the commitment, first, of course, of the IGG at fighting corruption, but also the relevance of the institution. Actually, most people think it's now actually irrelevant as an institution, but also on the person of Mr. Bako.
After formally withdrawing the case from the anti-corruption court on Monday, Bukenya told journalists that the charges brought against him were political and that the IGG was being used to fight political wars.
I want to thank President Museveni all through this political problem. This is a political problem. It's not a legal problem.
If there was really political witch hunting against Bukenya, then it is justifiable enough that the charges be withdrawn so that political wigs, big wigs, would stop using government institutions.
Political analysts suggest that the ombudsman could be under political pressure from political quarters.
What actually we seem to hear from the IGG is flimsy. It doesn't convince. And so most Ugandans, I think, are very frustrated that the top politicians are not going to be punished. This is a war. It's a political war that needs to be fought and won.
On several occasions, President Museveni has come out preaching and promising to fight graft, but he is now in the spotlight, and pundits suggest the situation will only get worse unless he intervenes.
There could have been some pressure, undue pressure, but I think the president needed to steer through that pressure as long as there is sufficient evidence to charge the corrupt. Even if it was the vice president and any strong minister, they should be charged.
Michael Baleke, NTV.